WWE Clash at the Castle 2024 is almost upon us. It is live this Saturday from Glasgow, Scotland, and I am so excited for so many reasons. Number one, it will be a UK crowd, and obviously being from England myself, I have a bias view, but UK crowds are the best. They are always red hot. Number two, it means I don't have to stay up until 4 in the morning to watch a WWE premium live event, which is always a nice treat. And number three, it is in Scotland, and there is 3 home country wrestlers, 3 Scottish wrestlers, 4 Scottish technically because there's a tag team, 4 Scottish wrestlers on the card, so the atmosphere is going to be amazing. All of the matches I'm genuinely excited for. There is 5 of them in total. Let's not waste any time. These are my official WWE Clash at the Castle 2024 predictions. First up, the Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line in triple threat action. The champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, will defend against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, as well as Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. So obviously this is our first of the Scottish contingent, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, both Scottish wrestlers, and I think they might win. I really do. I think the super team of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill is obviously sort of on the outside unbeatable. They're 2 of the biggest stars in the company. So how do you eventually get the titles off of them? A triple threat is the perfect way to get the titles off of them. Of course, in a triple threat match, the champions don't have to be pinned or submitted to lose their championships. So I could see a very, very possible world where either one of the other teams, whether it be Alba Fire and Isla Dawn or Baszler and Stark, one of them pins the other, so Belair and Cargill aren't involved in the finish at all, and that's a way of getting the titles off of them whilst also protecting those 2. Do I think it's going to happen at this event? I think I do. I'm going to immediately go with a bit of a wild pick. I'm going to go with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. I'm not entirely confident on that, but I think Scotland needs some love. You know, maybe this match could open the show, get a big Scottish win to get the crowd right into it straight away. So with a bit of hesitancy, because in the past I've predicted against Belair and Cargill and it has come back to bite me, but I'm going to go with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Next up, the Intercontinental Championship will be defended by Sami Zayn as he goes one-on-one with Chad Gable. Now, I've already predicted one title change on this pay-per-view, and I'm going to be predicting another right here. I'm going to be taking Chad Gable here. I think it gets to a point where eventually you have to pull the trigger on Chad Gable becoming a singles champion in the WWE. And I think this is the time to do it. He couldn't get it done against Gunther. He's now going up against Sami Zayn. I'm really, really enjoying what they're doing with Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy. I think it's helping to develop everyone involved up so well. I think it's making Chad Gable look like a genuinely detestable, horrible person because of everything he's putting these wonderfully organic baby faces through. Sami Zayn is playing his part as the sort of hero trying to save the people in peril. And above all of it, the person I think who is shining through this story the best is actually Otis. I think this is making him look amazing. He's getting crowd reactions that I've never seen. I think the best crowd reactions he's ever had was going into WrestleMania 36, I think it was, when he had the match with Dolph Ziggler, when Mandy Rose was involved, Sonya Deville was involved. So I think this is the most over Otis has ever been, and I think if we can eventually get to the point through the Chad Gable story where Otis becomes a genuine solidified mid-card talent, and that's the perfect place for him. But in order for us to get there, we need to pull the trigger on Chad Gable, give him the Intercontinental Championship. It will mean Sami Zayn having quite a short run with the Intercontinental Championship, but maybe he could win it back. Maybe they could do a little hot potato thing between Gable and Zayn. But I think purely for the fact that you can't, if Gable doesn't win here, then I think really the opportunity's gone to like capitalise on his single push. And I think him as the sort of horrible head of this faction with a championship, just in control of for three people, Otis, Maxine and Tozawa, I would really enjoy that, and I'm sure a lot of other people would enjoy that. I love Chad Gable. So yeah, 2 for 2 on title changes at the moment on the card, but I'm going to be taking Chad Gable, the new Intercontinental Champion. Next up, the Women's Championship is on the line. Bayley defending against Scotland's own Piper Niven. Now, of all of the 5 matches on the card, I think this is one of the 2 most predictable. Another one of those will come. I'm sure you might be able to guess which one it is. But I think, let's not make any qualms about this. I think Bayley is going to retain the title. I really enjoy Piper Niven. I think her and Chelsea Green make a weirdly really good partnership, tag team, whatever you want to call them. Piper's been built up quite well here. I think, would this match be happening if the premium live event wasn't in Scotland? Maybe not. But it's nice to see Piper getting the push. She's working really well. She cut a fairly decent promo on the Raw last week. Chelsea Green is entertaining as ever, and I think her is the sort of following Piper around like a little chihuahua, just sort of, barking at people and just being that mouthpiece that she needs. It works really well, and I've enjoyed it. But in terms of for winning the Women's Championship, I'm going to say it's not going to happen, and I'm going to be taking Bayley to retain. Cody Rhodes will defend the WWE Championship in a I Quit match versus AJ Styles. So, following on from what I just mentioned about Bayley and the predictability of that one, I think this is equally, if not even more predictable. I think there's like a 2% chance that Piper wins the title. I think there's literally a 0% chance that AJ wins. I made a video talking all things about this match last week, so feel free to go and check that out if you want. It's up on my channel. But Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes will be retaining the championship. I made that video last week before the I Quit stipulation was added, which, by the way, I'm very happy to see an I Quit match. I can't even remember the last time we had an I Quit match in the WWE. I think it would have been Reigns against Jey Uso would be the last one that I can remember, which was a good 3 or 4 years ago now, I think. So it's great to see the stipulation back. But the I Quit match is the ultimate babyface is definitely going to win stipulation. Babyfaces just don't lose I Quit matches, especially not ones like Cody Rhodes, the face of the company, the sort of biggest hero in the land at this point. Cody Rhodes isn't going to say I quit in a match, which is a shame. Well, not a shame for him, but I would really like to see AJ win the title. But, there's so many things left for Cody Rhodes to do as champion. There's not a chance in the world that he's losing the title this weekend at the pay-per-view. So Cody Rhodes will retain the undisputed WWE Championship against AJ Styles. Last, and by certainly no means least, the World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. Damian Priest will defend against Scotland's own Drew McIntyre. Now, first of all, before I get into who should win the match, this has to be the main event of the Premium Live event. The only other match that I'm sure would be in contention would be Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, especially with the I Quit stipulation. But I think with obviously Drew being from Scotland, this just has to go on as the main event. It'll also help to make the World Heavyweight Championship feel even more prestigious. Again, I covered all of these things in a video 2 weeks ago where I discussed all things Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, so go and watch that one as well. Watch all of my videos, why not? But this is a really difficult one to predict. I think this is potentially the most unpredictable match on the card, because I think there are so many valid and logical reasons for why both men involved would win. On the Monday Night Raw just gone, there was a match between Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor, where if Drew won, then all of Judgment Day would be barred from ringside for the match. Drew won, so Judgment Day are barred from ringside. But I think that has only been done as a sort of, so in everyone's mind now, we are thinking it's just going to be a one-on-one between Drew and Priest. Obviously, the person now who you would expect to get involved will be CM Punk. I don't know. Oh, I'm really torn on this one. I really am. I think that, yeah, as I say, the whole reason why I think they've barred Judgment Day is so that we sort of are so focused on it being one-on-one to potentially allow CM Punk to sort of make the interference. So I see this going one of two ways. Either Punk interferes in this match, which allows Priest to retain, or Drew wins, and then whoever wins Money in the Bank, CM Punk attacks Drew McIntyre to again, literally deja vu from WrestleMania, to cost him the championship so he can be cashed in on by the Money in the Bank holder. Now, as I'm speaking to you right now, I'm not sure which I think would happen. In my heart of hearts, obviously, as an Englishman, as a Brit, I want to say Drew McIntyre will win. But I really don't know. I'm really torn. I'm going to say, purely because I've already got 2 title changes on the card, I'm going to say Damian Priest will retain the World Heavyweight Championship. I think CM Punk may well make an interference. Of course, hopefully we get that Punk and Drew match. Probably at SummerSlam, I would assume, would be the logical time for that. I'm not sure on Punk's time frame of when he's back. I'd imagine it shouldn't be too far into the future now. But yeah, I'm going to go with Damian Priest. I'm really torn on this one. Literally, I'm 50-50. But I have to pick one, and I'm going to take Damian Priest to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. So those are my predictions. Are you excited for Clash at the Castle? I know I certainly am. I think it's a really unpredictable card, whilst also being predictable. I think you've got a split of the right predictability and the good amount of unpredictability. But obviously, predictability is not a bad thing at all. Sometimes things are predictable for good reason, but that doesn't mean they'll be bad. Things I expect from the card, I expect the I Quit match to be incredible. Obviously, Styles and Rhodes had that match at Backlash in France. That was amazing. You now add in the extra emotions involved after the fake retirement angle and everything. That's going to be amazing. The crowd I expect to be just unbelievable, especially for the Scottish wrestlers. I'm intrigued for the Bayley Piper Niven match, because even though Piper is Scottish, as a Brit myself, I can say we absolutely love Bayley. I'm sure if anyone who's not from the UK will have seen the love that Bayley has always shown from UK crowds and European crowds as well. And yeah, I'm just really excited for a great night of wrestling. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoy the show. Next week, my video would normally be something to do with the pay-per-view that's just happened, but it's my birthday next week, so I'm going to be away on holiday, so I'll have a slightly different video up next week, because no matter what, I will not break that promise that I promised of weekly wrestling content on this YouTube channel. So subscribe to see those videos coming. Please like the video, and yeah, enjoy Clash at the Castle, and thank you for watching.